Hey, Shalom Akim, Yahweh, Basham, Yahushua, Basham, Kwakwadash, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Growth and Stone Rule well, and the men of the Lord doing the work of Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua, sincerity and truth. And you already know, man, this kingdom of the Edomites, man, it's just a kingdom of violence. It's a kingdom of destruction, And then you go back to the book of Genesis, it tells you about how Esau got to live by the sword. You know, you always got to make a statement with the sword. You can't do anything in life without, thinking about the sword, what's going to do with it. Whether he gets it legally or illegally, it doesn't change, because that's his nature. All right. So, the Edomite man has been a curse upon the face of the earth. So hey, when you talk about the indignation of the Lord, the Abba Shimei Shai, Esau is part of it. So that's exactly what you have to think of in these last days, man. Because when you come to serve the Lord, you start to see, how the Lord rules in the kingdom of men. When the Lord is pissed off, you see how all things go sideways for people, man. People's life get uprooted and distorted, shedding of blood, you see all the instability and all the uproar of the people. You see all the natural disasters. So just let you know, man, that the Most High is not pleased, man. And that the man of the Lord just got to keep on pushing his word out there, the highways and byways, without thinking twice, of the harm that could come to them. Because we're not really doing this, we're not preaching the word because of the harm coming to us. We preach the word to glorify the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai. So you shouldn't be afraid of whatever comes your way, because it's all about the trial of your faith. When you look at the book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 4, it's just the simple, basic things, man. I put a phone on I'll just go straight to the point. Alright, Psalms chapter 23, verse 4. Just let this load up real quick, because it's no joke, man, living in Babylon. Even, in fact, living in the kingdom of Edom. You just have to understand what the Lord Yahweh Shimei Shai has in store for those that have faith in him. So this is the book of Psalms chapter 23, verse 4. It says, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death," which is America, right, according to this holy scriptures, "I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." So what's going to comfort us? These holy scriptures. The scriptures tells you what the Lord Abashai promised to his disciples, the Holy Spirit to comfort us, the Holy Scriptures, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, because all these mass shootings and violence in this city is just a preparation for what's to come, So the Lord is just letting us know, man, that you can't be comfortable here in Babylon. We're here to accept captivity, and you're going to see all kind of outrageous acts. You're going to hear about families' home getting raided by police officers, by, so-called government agencies, by criminals and all that stuff. You're going to hear about that stuff. You're going to hear about people getting terrified, being traumatized by all the evil that's in his kingdom, you know. So that's what the Lord Yahweh Shai has in store for Babylon, man. The kingdom of violence. The Lord talks about with great, with violence should that kingdom be thrown down. And that's exactly what we're seeing. And Esau's policy doesn't promote health, it doesn't promote stability. It's all about destruction. All right, so you're gonna move over, into the lane of righteousness. If you're a man of the Lord, you're gonna stick with what's right for your soul. All right, so that's exactly what the Lord Shai expects of us. So you're gonna look at the book of Habakkuk. Yeah, it's like these apps sometimes, man. They act up Well, what can you say? In the kingdom of Babylon, a lot of confusion. All right, so I'm gonna pull up book of Habakkuk chapter 2, and then you look at verse 5. I'll trust it from verse 3. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. So that's exactly what we're seeing. You see prophecy coming, into the forefront. See the fulfillment of prophecies of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, which the prophets, spoke of in times of old. And it says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and it will not tarry. So that's what you see, man. We're not always looking forward to rosy things, that the kingdom is going to be peaceful. I understand the kingdom of heaven will be peaceful. That's in the future. In fact, the kingdom of heaven is already here. It's the man of the Lord. All right, the gathering of the elect. That's the kingdom of heaven. All right, the kingdom of righteousness. And while we have that peace among the brethren of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, we're still surrounded by chaos and tumults and unrighteousness in the kingdom of Edom, where that kingdom of righteousness, is still in captivity. All right. Verse 4 says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. So Esau, his pride, is always going to be evident, man. Just go out there, wake up in the morning, drink his cup of coffee, toast and all that stuff, and then just shut up in place, man. So that's how these Edomites are, man. They're not committing suicide, they deep in the opioid crisis, they're destabilizing the earth, they're going on a shooting spree, they're always up to something mischievous, all right? Then verse 5 says, yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keep it at home, all right? So he's just going to go from land to land, from sea to sea, conquering lands, uprooting people from their, God-given, lot, the God-given geographical, inheritance, all right? Who enlargeth his desires? Hell, hell is hell, the grave. That's what it calls Sha'al in the Hebrew, and is as death, Mawat, right? Mawat means death and cannot be satisfied. So these Edomites, man, they're always going to keep pushing people, to the edge of destruction. They can't let nobody rest, They're going to say, oh, well, a man got to have a right to choose, you know. She has a right over her body, but if she want to abort a child, kill the child, murder the child, that's her choice. That's how Esau is, man. His philosophy is always about destruction, always promoting unsafe habits, right? But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. All right, so he's not happy, standing by himself because he can't really survive. So he's got to depend on people, to do the work, to go on the farm and pick that plantain, pick that bananas and cashews and strawberries and coconuts and soybeans and watermelons, tobacco, you name it, man. Esau is not about working out there under the sun, because he can't stand the sun, man. He can't stand the heat. It's always about cheap labor and free labor, all right? And that's what he's always about, exploiting people, all right? So I get another precept here. So this is from the book of Romans. You know what? Let's keep it simple. Book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 36. So it says, as it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. So you just understand, man. If the video I was just, having the background, you hear the so-called police chief talking about, and the so-called mayor or whatever, talking about, we're not gonna talk much about the shooter that killed the people in Virginia Beach, that shot the 12 people and ended up being killed by the police force. Hey, that's just the anger of the Lord. So he talks about, they talk about they're not going to mention the Edomites' name, sure that they're going to focus more on the victims. That's what that, the victims deserve more attention. I'm like, well, hey, it is what it is, man. So that's exactly what the Lord Yabashima Shai also likes, man. He likes the drama, so even when you look at the Holy Scriptures, man, the Most High cares more about Israel than Esau, which is the main shooter upon the face of the earth, man. It's always about going around killing folks, man. If he's not targeting the children of Israel, he's targeting the heathen, the other nations, You always see Esau has a vehement hatred for life. It's always looking, to stir up trouble with the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and then always disturbing the Hamites, disturbing the Moabites, the Ammonites, Japheth, disturbing Ishmael. That's how Esau is, man. He's never satisfied with his inheritance. With that sword, he wants to be on top of the world, but his time is coming to an end. All right. So I'll just get one more precept. This is going to be from the book of Sirach. Book of Sirach, chapter 41. And then, let's see. Verse 3. So it says, fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee. The prophets, those that have faith in the Lord, Yahweh Shai, and that come after, which is us. For this is a sentence over the Lord of the Lord over all flesh. So you got, man, the Lord gotta understand, man. It comes down, to the wire, where the Lord would have to, sacrifice you, to be a martyr for His name's sake. Hey, so be it. When you read the book of Revelations, chapter 12, it talks about those who are beheaded for the gospel. It's a noble cause. You just gotta accept it, man. You shouldn't be afraid, to give up your whole, your all for the name of the Lord, Bashim Shai, Bashim Krakodash. So it shouldn't be a big issue because the Messiah created the body, created the spirit. So you shouldn't let that be a major concern to you. All right. So you just gotta hold on to the end. So that's just the point. So Esau and the sword, they're inseparable. They like that sword so much, man. Because I watch videos of these Edomites on the range. Kind of you know, interesting stuff, man. I watch their reviews on all these weapons and all that stuff. Because when you're a man of the Lord, man, you have certain things that you look into. You learn about, how to use a weapon. How to take it apart. You understand, what it means to be a construction worker if you want to start building a house, if you want to build like a little kennel for your pets. You understand what nutrition is all about. You understand how to fix a vehicle. Understand how to make a garment. So much things. You have to learn about when you're in this truth. You understand how Esau's government works, his court system, his educational system, his medical system. So all those things, man, you have to be familiar with, right? So I just say, Ka halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Ba'ashim Kwakadash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of William Stone Rule and the Akim fight in the name of the Lord Ba'ashim Yahushua for righteousness. Stay faithful, stay humble. We're still in the land of our captivity. So just expect more trouble to come, man. Even though your mind is at peace with the Lord Ba'ashim Yahushua. you know you're going to be surrounded by turmoil. But that turmoil may not shake your faith. Shalom.